Hey everybody, welcome back to Reaper Woodworks. Today's going to be a quick, short video. I didn't do any small projects last week or this week. I have strictly been working on the loft. The old one got torn down. I literally just finished the last nail for the floor decking up above. It's all 2x6 construction. I got a double 2x6 plate against the back wall and a double 2x6 plate up here along the front, basically just making a beam that goes all the way across here. I reused a beam over here from the old loft, and the reason I did that, get this ladder out of the way. The reason I did that, the table saw here, this is where it's going to sit now. It's running perpendicular from the way it was before. I have just enough room when I get all the rest of this other stuff put away and organized that I can stand here with my butt back here and use a full 8-foot sheet of plywood or whatever, running it through here, and the material clears the blade by about 1.5 inches before I have hit the post over on that side of the shop. So this gives me just enough room. I can work a whole piece of flat sheet goods through here. I've got there's no lighting in here yet, sorry. My bandsaw is sitting right here on the other side of this post, so I can work with material there. I've got my joiner set up back here. It's kind of in the middle. It allows me to work with long boards either direction if I need to. Not 100% sold on this guy sitting here, but for right now, this is it. Drill press is going to sit here, and actually I moved it out to pull the outfeed table in, so it's actually going to sit right in there. So plenty of room here to work with that. It leaves me a nice walkway to get through here. The dust collector is going to get assembled and set up in this corner. I believe what I'm going to do in this little space right here, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm going to do some French cleat storage up here on the wall for some bigger hand tools, and then I really would like to build a downdraft table here for standing on parts. So this will kind of be the milling area and shaping and whatnot. This corner over here, again, sorry for the lighting, there's no lights back in here yet, but this corner here is going to get a wraparound bench. It'll be almost a full 8 feet there and almost 8 feet here. So that'll give me a lot of a bench workspace back there in that corner. I can't decide if I'm going to put up more of the, what are these, T8s, I think? Box, yeah, T8, the 4-foot long fluorescent lights. I don't know if I'm going to put those up underneath here. I've just recently had 3 of them completely crap out, and I don't know why. I put new bulbs in them and they still don't work, so something has gone horribly wrong with the lights. But under here, under the loft, I think I have enough room. I got to go look at a housing, but I think I can put in some of the low profile can lights, which we have in the house. We put them up when we did our addition over there, and those things put out a whole hell of a lot of light with LED bulbs in them. So I'm kind of thinking I might go that route. I can put 2 or 3 here above the bench itself, so I've got some nice down light, and then I can put a couple here underneath or above these stationary tools, and 1 or 2 above my toolboxes back there, and then maybe just 1 or 2 in the corner there. So I should be able to get away with, I think, 6 or 8 of them. And I know I can buy a contractor pack of, it's either 6 or 8, I'm not sure which, I think 6. So I'm kind of leaning towards that, but I do need to run electrical. I'm going to do a new 220 volt feed here for the table saw. A couple different outlets here for these guys that all work on 110, and then another 220 volt back in that corner for the dust collector. It's looking like I'm probably going to end up running 6-inch pipe for the dust collector, just to get the volume to really do a good job. The dust collector I got, it's huge, and Grizzly was having a fantastic sale on it, so I pulled the trigger and bought it. I'm going to be selling, I think, my single little dust collector that I've been using that was fine. It worked okay for the table saw, but it just running it from machine to machine was such a pain and a hassle. I don't want that anymore. I want a dedicated full-time dust collection in here, and that's what I'm gonna shoot here for. So it's gonna be 6-inch pipe running for the most of the system, and then I'll drop it down to a 4-inch as I get closer to each of the tools, and hopefully that's going to give me an adequate dust collection system in here. I am going to get one of the dust deputies from Oneida Air, and I think I'm probably going to talk to them about helping me design the layout. I think I've got it pretty well dialed in my head, but I want to run it past somebody that does it for a living and make sure that it's getting done right. So anyway, that's about it. Oh, I promised a friend of mine I would talk about it. So this, you can see here, I've got this 4x6 beam that I had used it in the old loft, and when I tore it out, I knew I was going to be having, this is just going to be open, all this will be gone, but this is going to be a larger opening, and it's just a hair more than 8 feet across, and everything I read online said that a 2x6 could do an unsupported span of 8 feet. So I thought, well, I've got this beam, I'm just going to use it. So that's why you can see that there's a beam here and there's not the whole rest of the space. None of these other spans here are even close to 8 feet. This one's just a hair over, but it's here just to give me the support for the opening. So it's going to be, this layout I can already tell is going to be awesome. Everything is set up, is going to be set up in here when I get the benches and stuff done. Everything's going to be back here. This is where the majority of the work is going to get done. I've still got the whole front of the half of the shop where we park our tractor, and ideally when I get all this stuff put away where it's going to sit, I've got room for my car in here too, which is a luxury. It's not a necessity. I've been living without it for so long. It's not a big deal, but it will be nice to be able to go back to having that in there. The lumber rack over here is done. It's completely full already. All the 2x4s that I tore out of the old loft are over here. But I am going to be using those for a couple of the American flag hanging wall scrap things that I've made for, I made one for myself so far, and I've got orders now for 3 of them to make. 2 American flags and then 1 thin blue line for a coworker of mine for her husband who's a police officer. So those are coming up. I got the deposit for the 3-drawer cabinet deal that I'm going to be making for a gal, and I'll be getting started on that. Probably go get the lumber for that week after next. We're going to be out of town for vacation next week, so nothing will be getting posted up there unless I throw up some kind of something from the vacation. But that is it. If you have stickers and you are down with the sticker swap, let me know either in the comments below or shoot me an email at reaperwoodworks@gmail.com, and I will gladly swap you for some a 4-inch sticker of mine. Can't see it because there's no light back there, but I got mine from Will Walker. Thank you for that, Will. It's awesome. Your design it's nice. I like it. I've got Jay Bates stickers. His are in the house. I'm waiting to put those up. I sent one to Nick Ferry, and I'm not sure why he's not sending me one back, so I may shoot him an email and say, hey, what gives? But I know a couple other people have contacted me too, so we're sending those out, so it's going well. So other than that, everything is going smoothly out here. I'm liking it. So stuff's getting put away. I got to get a bunch of this crap put away, and I'm going to be done for the day. I'm exhausted. It's been a long few days working on this thing, but it's all done. Everything's nailed down up above the floor. Decking's all in there, so it's coming along. Getting ready to start doing some projects. I don't know if you can see it. Got a whole bunch of wood under there for a pallet wood desk that I'm going to make. I know everybody's making stuff out of pallet woods. But this is going to be a little different than most pallet projects I think most people are used to seeing. So I'm excited for that. I got just enough of my posts left over for the legs for that desk, and those are going to pull these posts clean up awesome when they're run through the planer and joiner and stuff. So I'll use those for the legs, and then I might resaw some for the skirting, but I've got some other pallet wood that I might just use for that too. So we'll see. That's coming up. So anyway, take care. I'm going to finish up in here for today, and then I'm going to work 4 days and go on vacation. So I'll see you guys probably in 2 weeks. Take care.